Emmett Lewis Till was a young, healthy 14-year-old African-American boy born July 25, 1941 in Chicago, Illinois, who was sadly lynched in Mississippi in 1995 after being accused of offending a white woman in her local family grocery store by walking in as a dare and buying candy. After leaving, he said "bye, baby" to the woman at a counter. A few days later, the white woman's husband, Roy Brent, and her brother, J.W. Milham, went to the home of Emmett's great-uncle, Moose Riot, in the early mornings of August 28th. They demanded to see the boy and forced him into the car after driving around in the Memphis night. They then stopped and make Emmett carry a 75-pound fan to a river and ordered him to take off all his clothes. Then the two men started to beat him senselessly, near to death. They gouged out his eye, shot him in the head, and then they threw his body tied to a cotton gin fan with barbed wire into the river. 3 days later, his corpse was recovered, but was so disfigured that Moose Riot could only identify him by an initial ring. Authorities wanted to get rid of this quickly and buried the disfigured body, but Till's mother, Mamie Bradley, asked it to be sent back to Chicago for proper burial. Jet, an African-American weekly magazine, published a photo of Emmett's corpse, and shortly after, the mainstream media picked up on the story. On September 23rd, the white jury issued a verdict of not guilty, explaining that they believed the state had failed to prove the identity of the body. Evening of March 18, 2018, Stephon Clark, a 23-year-old African-American man, was shot and killed in Middleview, Sacramento, California, by two police officers of the Sacramento Police Department in the backyard of his grandmother's house while he had his phone in his hand. The officers stated that they shot Clark, firing 20 rounds, believing that he had pointed the gun at them. Clark was shot 8 times, including 6 times in the back. However, reports concluded that Clark was shot 7 times, including 3 shots to the right side of the back. On March 2, 2019, the Sacramento County District Authority announced that the officers involved with killing Clark would not be charged and that they had probable cause to stop Clark and were legally justified to use deadly force.